Issues in designing a routing protocol. So some of the issues are mobility, bandwidth constraint, error prone shared broadcast radio channel, hidden and export terminal problem, and resource constraint. So these are some issues in designing the routing protocol. So mobility, so it is a highly dynamic, it's a frequent path breaks, so it is a frequent topology changes. And bandwidth constraint, so the radio band is limited, the data rates are smaller when compared with their wired networks. So the bandwidth is used to avoid the overheads. So the topology changes will move the control overhead, in turn consume over their bandwidth. So then error flow and shared broadcast radio channel. So the wireless link have their time varying characteristics. So the routing protocol interact with their MAC layer. So for finding their routes or alternate routes. So the collision of data and control the packet. And hidden terminal problem. So for example, if you are assuming with the intermediate node between A and C. So A and C are sending the data to B. So A is hidden to C and C is hidden to A. But both are visible to B. Since A and C are hidden terminals, so the packet sent by both nodes at the same time. So it will cause the collision at the node B. So this will avoid by using their RTS and CTS messages and also using with RTS, CTS data with acknowledgement. So these are the hidden and export terminal. Then resource constraint. So it is a battery life, processing power, size and width of the constraint. So these are the some issues in that routing protocol. So then the characteristics of ideal routing protocol. So in that characteristics, so it is fully distributed as a centralized routing. So it involves the high control overhead. So it is not a scalable. So it must be the adaptive to frequent topologies. So that can changes their routing. So the characteristics of routing protocol. So it is four types. So one is routing information update mechanism, use of temporal information for routing, then routing topologies, then utilization of specific resources. So it is based on the routing information update mechanism. So in that wireless sensor network, it can be classified into three major categories. So it is based on the routing information with update mechanism. So one is table driven routing protocols, reactive or on-demand routing protocols, and hybrid routing protocols. So these three protocols are used for three major categories is used in the routing information update mechanism. So in that table driven routing protocol means, so in that every node can maintain their network topologies information, so in the form of routing table by periodically then exchange their routing information. So whenever the node require a path to a destination, so it can run their appropriate path. It's finding their algorithm on the topologies information it will maintain. So the routing information is generally flooded with whole network. Then reactive or on-demand routing protocol. So it can combine their best features for on-demand routing protocols. So do not maintain their network topology information. So it will obtain the necessary path it is required by using the connection establishment process. So then hybrid routing protocols. So it can combine the best features for the two categories. So for routing within the zone is the table driven approach is used. So the node with a certain distance from the node concerned or within the particular geographical area regions are set with an routing zone of their given nodes. So for nodes so that are located beyond this zone is on-demand approach is used. So for time-driven approach is used for routing with the zone. So for on-demand, so the nodes are located beyond the zone. So the routing protocol in that wireless sensor network. So the category is location based protocol. So we are using with SPAN, MECM, SMECM. So data centric protocol means it is a spin, direct, diffusion. So for the hierarchical protocol is a leech, tin, aptin. So for the mobility based protocol, it's a dynamic processor, proxy, tree based data. Then multipath based protocol, it is a sensor, disjoint multipath. Then heterogeneous based protocol is IDSQ. Then QoS based protocol, it is energy aware routing. So these are the routing protocols we are using in that wireless sensor network. Thank you.